Hello everybody. Here we are back in Twitchton. So as you can see, I've put up some new signage for Mount Buzzcut and Buzzcut Peak from where we bulldozed the entire top half of this mountain yesterday. We prepped this area to have a road running up it so that we can have connections here and here eventually. So for right now, I think that's kind of our next major goal. Pretty much all the indicators are up, which is good. We are going to be filling in this area along the edge here with commercial. We'll also be forming another connection with Swinton right here. Excuse me, right here. So I think we'll shoot for 4, maybe 5 connections with Swinton along this edge. At least for right now. We might put another one way up here in the corner somewhere. But certainly not right now. Now, meanwhile... let's see, I think last time we filled out a bit more of the power plant area over here, our little power mountain on Lightning Ridge. That's still going to need some work, but I think we're okay for now. We still haven't actually built any roads up to Lightning Ridge, so we're eventually going to redevelop this. Right now the power plant's former site is going to be up there. We'll actually name this. Lightning Ridge Power. We'll probably want to change that sign to something more coherent later, but we'll have... no, you know what? Lightning Ridge... Memorial. And then we'll put the main Lightning Ridge sign above the new power plant. Lightning Ridge. And then we'll wipe out the original Lightning Ridge signpost, and that'll be fine. Lightning Ridge Memorial, the site of not 1 but 2 horrific power plants, where the power plant spontaneously combusted after precisely 50 years of existence. As you do. So, in the meantime, well, actually, you know what? Before we finish our tour, let's take a quick second to appreciate how dumb this is. We've got the Twitchton Coffee Beans, which is, of course, our baseball team. They have a 22-18 win ratio, and the stadium is nearly empty, despite its extremely large capacity. As of last time, we spent some time cleaning up the streets. We got more police stations. We actually funded them after a solid 100 years of relying exclusively, 150 years of exclusively relying on neighborhood watch programs to clean up the town. We actually invested in the police a little bit, and they, to their credit, actually did their job, sort of. Not completely. We're still struggling to fund them adequately, since they are demanding quite a lot of money compared to the other city ordinances. And what on earth is this building? Uh-oh. It's an industrial thingamajig. No wonder I didn't recognize it. Did we lose some signposts? What on earth? I'm not entirely sure, but I think that the hurricane might have wiped out our signs? Weird. I'm gonna move Crime Alley's signpost over there. And place that in a more intuitive place. entirely sure, but I think disasters might be able to wipe out signposts. I've never paid attention to that before. That's actually sort of concerning. Guess I'll have to rely on the chat to remember what was where, at least to some extent. Right-e-o then. Let's see where we want to be. All right. I do beg your pardon. Just trying to fix something on my end here real quick. Okay. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Well, let's get that industrial zoning going. We'll unpause the city. Good timing, buddy. Good timing, buddy. So let's get that industrial zoning. Not entirely sure whether I want a connection here, so I'm going to leave that tile blank for now. But we are... Well, let's not zone all that just yet. We'll wait until we're actually ready for that. So that's starting to come in. We'll put down some commercial next to it along the lakeside. Well, maybe not. Hold on. We want it that away so we can have a road next to it. Okay. Get that all hooked up. Let's check the piping, make sure that's all done as well, which I think it is not. It is definitely not. Is that right? Close enough. Okay. And this stuff's going to build itself in over time, and that'll be fine as well. And I think it's just about time to colonize Mount Buzzcut now that after all of that business, Duchess Valley is full. And not a bad looking area at that. It's kind of turned into its own little second downtown. Or first downtown, I guess. Depending on your perspective. So let's bring that clear up there. We'll probably want to bring the road up from here about. Let's actually count the tiles just to make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like that is sort of more optimal. And that's the next spot we'd want it. So yeah, we're gonna want another police station and another fire station. Pretty much now. Probably also another school soon. But I don't think that's quite as urgent. Tempted to put it there. Smack in the middle of the industry. We do actually probably want to lean towards the industrial section compared to the other stuff. Fire station can actually, well, let's just put it all next to each other. That'll be fine. Plonk down the school clear up there on the ridge. That should power all of that reasonably. Right. Now let's check the budget so we don't waste any extra money on that. Adequate. Excellent. Adequate. Need more. Need more. More. Perfect. I wonder if reducing college funding has the same effect. Yeah, so he complains separately about colleges if they're independently defunded. Looks like they'll actually do it a little bit less. That's interesting. This looks like there's about a 10% funding gap. Give this guy 80% funding and see what he does with that. In the meantime, the Mount Buzzcut road system needs to be addressed pretty much now. That was the wrong button. Okay, so there's that. I'll connect it that way just to save a little bit of space where we can. And then we'll connect Alright, so that's plenty to get us started. Let's put the water piping down underneath it. looks good. Now let's zone the crap out of it. Woo! Yeah, zoning. And looks like there's still demand for industrial, so we'll put that. Oh, I'm out of money. Adequate fire response. Excellent fire response. I think the zoning is probably more important than completing those connections for now. At the moment. That is, of course, going to change pretty quick, but not just yet. It's a shame that there isn't an easier way to see. We'll cross-check that stuff. So it's that spot that's going to need it. Okay. Then we'll power probably the same tile, eh? It's going to look a little weird, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, not much to do for it. Just have to let it look weird, I guess. That should be everything that needs to grow. Still got to decide about this. Zone some more commercial. There's a big block of it over here. And then we'll have lots of residential up on the ridge. So that, and that. That gives us everything that we need to run the road back around. I don't think we actually do want the road right there.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Instead, let's do that. Because we need to demolish those two tiles. And I can put the road in. There we go. Broke again. 2111. A good vintage from what I hear. Boo! Tax guy! No! May not need to build that out any further because this is going to cover those three tiles. So let's just run this out. Yeah, all the way to there. build a connection to Harpersville. And we'll stop the road there. Should kickstart the growth of that area a little bit more than it was anyway. That row, those two rows, yes. And then we'll run a road down here, and that should hopefully dodge out of the way of all that crap. I mean, I can connect those. Yeah, I guess that might be beneficial, actually. A little bit on the ugly side, but I think it'll do. Oof, speaking of ugly. What a crappy road. That is a lot nicer. Well, I did not mean to build there. Okay. And I don't really want to mess with the roads on that spot, so we'll just put down a park. Small park. Yay, a park! We'll do a little bit more of that on this ridge. Just anywhere that it doesn't make sense to zone anything, just stick a park. We'll call it beautification. Right. Now we're gonna put the last connection in over here. Not yet, though. It's expensive, and we don't have the money. But down here, this gives us plenty of room to expand into this area. And that in itself is a good excuse to come through this spot, which will connect back over here, and then we'll actually have one coherent, connected swath of the city around Buzzcut Peak. Well, like the Buzzcut Heights neighborhood around here, I'm sure. Something along those lines by the end of it. Put some more into some more of the commercial in there. Now we need to do a lot of pipe work. Why? Oh, that's why. Money. It's always money. Always money is the problem. Parks I don't think need to be watered. I don't think it matters if they are or not, but I still prefer to. Well, while I try not to forget what the heck I'm doing over here, I'm going to take some tea. Ooh, hello, budget. I wonder if he'll let me do this. Huh. intriguing. Come on, dude. Gotta give me something here. I'm pouring loads of money into the police department. Is this revenge for not paying you for centuries? Excuse me. Swing the camera around that way. Now, I stick pipes all over the place in random positions along the hill. As though that will in some way be helpful. Not just horribly, horribly ugly. Oh no. It's so bad. What have we done to the water system? Oh. Okay. Tornado is just sort of skipping down the hill over there. Bye, buddy. See ya. Thanks for coming. Thanks for visiting Twitchton. Goodbye. Go away, please. Wild winds whipped Twitchton. A tornado, destruction in one of Mother Nature's nastiest forms, checked into Twitchton at 5:38 a.m. yesterday. For 4 minutes, Twitchton was at the mercy of intense winds, which followed an erratic course, displacing cars, destroying homes, decimating street lamps, demolishing buildings, dismantling store windows, and downing power lines in a devastating path before dissipating. At least 13 denizens died. It's a lot of the letter D. It was vicious, observed Twitchton native Musashi Granillo. My fifth response was, oh heck, then I took cover. What were the first 4, friend? The storm's worst was localized near a notepad where wind-tossed trash cans reduced Morty's pawn shop's front windows to rubble. Okay. It literally missed anything in the entire town. So, I'm good with that.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Thank you. Alright. I know that really wasn't the fastest way to get back over here, but I wanted to sort of look at everything as I went. More commerce, it looks like, is in demand. Let's plop that down there. Why are you not powered? This is powered. Why aren't you powered? This is powered. Why aren't you powered? Are we out of power again? Is that what it is? Everything that exists is powered. Is it that it can't build more until there's more power? What the heck? What is going on? Oh, I like that sign there for Le Detroit. Wow. Alright. This is time for more power plants. Man. I don't know if it's that I'm expanding too quickly, or if it's just like there's some kind of issue with the actual services. Bit of a mystery. Zzz. Remember to zzz. Great schools. I have to put down another hospital pretty quick from the look of it. Oh good, a flood. Textured streams rising. If you thought radio-filled dumpsters wouldn't float, think again. All Twitchton is buoyantly awaiting promised rescue efforts to solidify. After 16 days of an onslaught of rain, Twitchton residents have had it up to their ears. At first I was just worried about our tire, but now I've got the snake to consider, stated one tearful mother. A passerby trod water just long enough to comment, "I'm moving!" Then he let the surging current sweep him east, followed by a bobbing TV, refrigerator, desk, and set of alligator luggage. Analyzing the situation freely, a Twitchton writer noted, "You've got to admit, worse things have happened." You know, I agree with you. That wasn't at all problematic. Adequate. Why is it only adequate? Yeah. I mean, it looks like the growth is slowed down some, at least. Oh. It's gonna just be a giant wall of Hydra over here at some point. Sooner or later. That's what we're gonna end up with, I'm sure. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. At the very least, it's striking. Impressive. Need to build a few more of these, and we'll call that outgrowth of it complete. Excuse me? How can a power plant not be powered? Game, please. What the heck? I don't... I'm very confused. Is that just a cosmetic glitch? And it's fine now. Okay. Alright, game, whatever. Alright, there's the last two. I wonder if it's that they're not being drawn on at all. Huh. Weird. All the way back over here. There's the theater. Let's see, what do we need? We need more residential. No surprise there. Let's round out this block of commercial. Just that last little bit there. And we'll bring the road up to meet it. No. Let's try that again. Here we go. I doubt if it actually will, but I hope that that minimizes any traffic jams that might occur in that spot. Let's get some roads where we want them. Let's see. I wonder how many other people that play this kind of have these like go-to patterns that are always what they use. Because like for me, it's this like strip of 3 around the outside edge, and then whatever else fits, kind of. Not sure that anybody else does it that way. Make way, make way. City stuff's going there. And I'm out of money. Yeah, that didn't last long. I feel like maybe I'm just constantly running with just a little bit too little police coverage. I don't know. Large apartment building. There's like a little pool on the roof. That's cool. I'm thinking that we might want to like cut into this so that it levels off here and then just slopes down to a nice flat area here, and then we can kind of continue this development out that way a little bit more easily. And we can cut off this side as well. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not though. And amazingly, I'm not completely broke from that. Never mind. So, oh my, earthquake. Okay, so we're paused. We're not paused. Now we're paused. Okay, massive fires. A couple of them. Looks like a civic building. Oh, the stadium? Come on, man. Oof, that's pretty bad. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got that part handled. Let's get them over here to protect all of this, or what's left of it, I guess. Mostly I'm just trying to keep up with its extremities, to keep it from expanding any further. But for all the fire stations I don't actually have that many firemen. Apologies for the horrible honking noise that we've got going on over here. Woof. Inhabitants demand stadium. Ah, yeah. One lousy earthquake and I get to deal with this. Today, swarms of Twitchton inhabitants are mourning the loss of loved ones following last night's violent earthquake that claimed the lives of many Twitchton locals. The fatalities occurred mostly around the fire department, where the foundations had not been reinforced to stand an earthquake of this severity. The reinforcement was slated to commence next spring. An emergency relief station is set up at Cat Lane. The station needs volunteers badly and is also in want of donations including food, blankets, soap, towels, and clothes. If you can donate your time or anything else, please call Kelly Bryant at City Hall or look for Mick Irving at Buffalo Lane. Tell me about how much you want a stadium. I'm kind of mad about that. Alright, let's evaluate the damage. Let's find out what happened. So that's where the stadium was. I think this was probably a bus stop. I don't know what was here. Was that the college? Crap. Was that the college? I don't know what that was. Looks like we probably did lose a building, a civic building here. Yeah, so that's the fire station that it was talking about. What was here? I don't know what building was there, that's a problem. Oh no, it's just light industrial. Or dense industrial, actually. So that'll rebuild itself. Let's get the roads back in place as well. As usual, the hardest hit victim of this natural disaster is our road system, which only even matters because I have to fix it myself. That's one of the water towers that's gone. Oh crap, hit all the way up here? Jeez. Man, let's give it a once over. Let's see what happened. What a mess. Anything over here? No, that's all kosher. Good grief. Bus depot here. Toot, toot. What? Ah, the zoo also? Are you kidding? That's $8,000 to replace that. Okay, let's rerun this road. Man. this stuff is mostly cosmetic, honestly. But it's still going to soupty-doopty annoy me if it's not cleared. That looks like it probably used to be something. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. I think we're almost back. We do still need to put the water tower back up there. Okay, so that's done. And I think all the rest is zoned except for the zoo and the stadium. Ah, that sucked. Alright, on the plus side, this gives us an opportunity to put the Twitched-in tarantulas down here. Which was a suggestion that I didn't get until after I had already placed the stadium originally. Why are these inverted? Okay, well, let's resume time. Let's see if we can get our city back up and running. One thing I'm very glad about is that this didn't hit the power plants. Did this hit the power plants? It's kind of acting like these areas are having a blackout, but then the buildings themselves are fine. Very confusing. Well, let's speed it along so that I can afford to replace the damaged buildings. $4,000, so that's enough for the zoo anyway. Zoo. And then the stadium. The residents demand a zoo. Well, do they really? You've already got a zoo. Be happy with what you have. Probably another year or 2 years, probably. Looks like. Yeah, about 2 years. Oh, hey, maybe we can do it this year. Fancy that. Alright, now the Twitched-in tarantulas are going to play cricket because that just sounds ridiculous. A tarantula that plays with a cricket. Twitched-in tarantulas. And now that that crisis is finally over with, we can go back to fussing around with roads. Well, you know what I think? I think we can afford to tax electronics a bit more. do want to attract media businesses. Can tax aerospace considerably more as well. Food is not a bad industry to have around. We do want to discourage most of that stuff though, because it's kind of polluting. Oh my goodness. Whoa. That is some strange color. Okay. I've actually never read these. I didn't realize that there was help for this screen. You know, we probably want to encourage aerospace investment. Alright, so that's looking good. Got healthy and educated population, which is also good. Our population is doing pretty well, although Schwinton is for some reason quite a bit bigger. I don't know why I find that strange, but I do. Okay. So obviously the current goal is just, like, fill space, but eventually we're going to want to look at getting an arcology. Not sure which. Let's also start leveling some of this, because that's going to be a good place to expand into later. Well, no, let's not worry about that until we've got this sorted out. This is more important right now, I think. Residential. Oh, come on! Everyone to school. Oh boy. Okay, so it's paused right now, but let's watch it go. Whoosh. It's just a normal zone building. What blew up? Oh man. Yikes. Just don't hit the power plant and it'll be fine. I honestly think we might have a really hard time. What was that? Why is the camera jumping? Well, there goes the police station. Oh man, come on! Those buildings are expensive, man. Kind of tempted to turn disasters off after that. Alright. Let's put back whatever road we can afford. Kinda getting a little cheesed off with the frequent disasters. It's very tempting to, well, we can de-zone a little more of this stuff. The same bus stop again? It just sucks, you know? Storm squishes Twitchton. The vicious Hurricane Julie smashed the coast of Twitchton, leaving a path of broken debris and broken dreams. 119 reported dead or missing after Hurricane Julie swept through, destroying, among other items, a seaport. A woman at the scene was overheard whispering, "It must be a guy thing." Gee whiz. Alright. I'm not even going to worry about the budget right now. Because right now, what we need is to fix... maybe. Are we back? Are we back? Yes, we're back. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to Hurricane Cleanup, the movie, the game. This is just the buildings that I specifically saw get blown up that we're gonna need to rebuild. As usual, this end, the oceanic side of the city was the worst hit by the hurricane, but it's hardly the only place damaged. I mean, never mind that there was a hurricane, let's raise taxes. That seems like a great idea, dude. Let's get all this business powered back up. The water treatment plant is gone, so let's put that back. A couple more water pumps to replace the ones that were damaged, but first let's make sure the bus depots are in place. There's one here. Otherwise the traffic will be horrendous. This area has lost power. Let's reconnect it to the grid. Somewhat redundantly, perhaps. Get that zone back up again. And now let's try and figure out what other civic buildings we lost. So there's something here. Not sure what. Oh no, that was the college. Ugh. And there goes $1,000, just skimmed right off the top. Oh. Lost a school over here. Can't afford to replace it just yet. I think we're actually losing some of our industry right now because of the educational problem. But now that should go away. That should be all back to normal, I think. And, put that road back as well. Road. We're gonna have to do like a weird cul-de-sac thing here. let's check back on Old Town and see how that's doing after the mess. You know, that was probably a bus depot. It's kind of sad that I just don't remember what I put in half these spots. I don't know what was here. I think that might have been a bus depot, and that was supposed to be residential zoning. I'm not sure. I don't know. I legitimately have no idea. Let's put the water pumps back in. One here, one here, one here. I think that's how it was. Oh, it's just industrial zoning. Huh. Sorry, I was just peeking at a screenshot. Cheating a little. It'll just be water. It'll be water pumps. That's gonna be better. We don't need 3 tiles of industrial, we need water. Hello, zoo. How are you? We should probably put down a museum at some point. Budget. Are we losing money somewhere? Whoa, why are the city ordinances so much more expensive? What happened? What changed? It's jumped up by $200 over the last year, and I don't really understand why. Oh, probably energy conservation. Huh. Or I could have completely misread it and this is exactly what it's supposed to be. Then why are we losing so much money? Or I could have completely misread that too. I'm going crazy, you guys. I'm actually losing my mind. Alright. That's fine, though. We can pretend.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
I think that's going to be the best way to lay this out. It's a little bit ugly, but that's okay. This is all going to be houses. And this business down here is all going to be industry. Same deal along this corner. Industry, 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 business, 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 business. Business, 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 business. That is where we're going to put the power lines that are going to cover this whole area. Not sure why they're all showing as not powered, but we'll check that again in just a second. So that's plugged in over here. It is absolutely all powered. As It's just pretending not to be. Don't really get why that is, but sure, we'll go with that. I've noticed over the years that certain parts in the simulation update at different frequencies. So sometimes buildings will check whether they can be built before they check whether the tile should be updated as powered or watered. I'm not going to pretend to fully understand why it's like that, but that's how it seems to be. Okay. Now all of that should be watered. At the very least, once it all builds in, it'll be watered. That should be perfect. Demand for commercial is neutral, which is actually a really good thing. That means that we guessed the proportions right. Let's set down... Can't quite afford a bus depot, but we're going to set one down right here when we get the chance. To hopefully preempt a major traffic meltdown in this region. Also, we left this tile open so that we can form a connection there.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
We want some more college funding. Everything's fine. Bus. We'll power this preemptively as well. Remember to zzzt, everybody. And you know what? Let's establish that connection now. I do want to build a connection to my neighbor for $1,000. I actually want to do that several more times, but I can't afford it, so... I'm not sure, but I think connections also specifically help help commerce, because that seems to consistently be higher. The commercial demand seems to consistently be higher when connections have been formed. Could be mistaken about that, since it's just an anecdotal observation, though. So janky. Alright. Alright, we got our first little bit of traffic over here, and there's little ant cars milling around down there as well. Now I've set this up so that I can just go like that, and we'll have a whole section residential, which is pretty much how we want it. Probably going to take a while to build in, but that's okay. And you know what let's do while we're over here is put up some more civic buildings. Some more services. Actually, we never did build a museum, I don't think. So this might be a good place for it. Water short... Thought we solved that once and for all, but apparently I'm wrong. Grade school funding. Can pretty handily afford this. Kind of want to nestle it down at the foot of that mountain, though. So let's level out. Wow. That cost a lot of money. Oof. Okay. Fine. Well, Buzzcut Peak's gonna have this weird super artificial pattern on the side of it now. That's fine. We'll pretend that's intentional. And I guess while I'm breaking the bank, I may as well just smooth that off a little. Ah! Why? Fine. We'll wait till next year. 2132 is the year of the random museum. I have declared it. It shall be so. Museum. And there's actually an abandoned house on top of where I want it, so I'm going to wipe that out as well. Since buildings tend to spring up exactly where I want them not to, I'm just going to wipe that out real quick. And then we'll put down our museum. Now let's learn about our museum. There are no exhibits and no attendance. Okay. Sure. Police, fire. We want that over there. We want a little bit more room to build stuff in here. We want a hospital. Where do we want the hospital? I think we want the hospital there. You mean boob? Ah, what? Why? Why? What now? What is this? Another another hurricane? You gotta be joking me! Stop! Stop with this! Stop! Why do you hate my city? Why? Why? That's the college again! Stop destroying the college! What is this? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Holy crap. Wow, that is really frustrating. Time for Seaport. Yeah, it sure is time for a seaport. It doesn't just get bulldozed by the stupid wind every now and then. Well, I guess the good news is most of the roads are intact. Alright, let's see what else we lost. So we lost... what was next to the Main Street sign? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm just referring to an old screenshot to find out what it was. It was a fire department here. And then there's the college there, I believe. Yeah, it looks like a college there. Wow, that's rough. Okay. The weather just does not like Twitchton. That's gonna be a couple $1,000s to fix. Let's get the power lines back in. Does the weather just not want me to have water supplied to my town anymore? Is that what this is? I feel like that's what this is. I'm just stunned at how much and how frequently this destruction is coming at this town. It's really... It's impressively vindictive, this game's disaster engine. I think this is all zoned how I want it, so we'll leave all that like it is for the time being. You know what I am going to do though is put the water treatment plant somewhere else. Because that's the third, fourth time it's gotten blown up. We're gonna have water treatment live over here by the power. I'll put that like hereabouts-ish. Okay, so that's gonna stop getting blown up, I assume. Bus depot here, bus depot here, water pump here and here, and what a mess. We'll rezone the seaport so that those tiles get filled in properly. What else? There's a school and a college. Or the fire department, actually, that's probably more important, isn't it? Fire station. Okay, we're too poor to replace the fire station. That should grow back on its own. Just looking for other spots that we can correct if they need it. That looks like a pair of bus stops that got destroyed. Crap. No, that's not a bus stop. What's this? Probably another water tower? I don't remember what I put there. Oh dear. That's gotta be a bus stop. Couple of piles of road. Oh, come on, all the new. Ah, I just built those. Come on now. That's just cruel. What an actual mess. Alright, let's check the budget. Yeah, I'll say we need more adequately funded colleges. Problem is that the colleges keep getting blown up. And on that note, I'm considering relocating it, but I'm not sure where would be safer. Because kinda everything gets blown up around here. And downtown was doing so well, and then there was just all this mass destruction. Okay, well, college here, school here. Wait, crap, no, not a school. Oh, no. Fire station. Oh, no. Made a mistake. Made a really expensive mistake. Crap. Okay. Fire station. I'm just gonna chuck some power in over here. Speed things up. And hopefully increase the redundancy of this area a little bit. So that in the case of future crises, we won't have quite as much trouble. And with the new money, let's go ahead and put down the museum again. Lost exhibits notwithstanding. Replace the police station that was over here. And the hospital that we were about to put down when all of this happened. Whew, boy. That was a rather epic mess. I feel like I should be saving money just specifically for disaster recovery. Because this sort of thing keeps happening. Sort of sucks to have to do that, though. Just gonna turn the view around, make sure there isn't anything I missed. Just clear this rubble. Shouldn't make much difference, but it's prettier without it. Oh, it's the bus stop. Okay. Actually, that might have been intended to be something else, but I kind of don't care because I think it needs a bus stop there anyway. We might want to put one up here as well later. So that's going to be a bus stop. Whoa, okay. May need to keep the overlay down until I can actually see it. Twitchton population is burgeoning. Oh, a military base. I don't like... So, at this point, we have a choice. And it's actually a pretty serious one. So, if I could impose on the viewers, tell me what you think. Tell me, does this stink? And other stories. Do we currently want... I mean, the more money is definitely going to be nice. That's area we can't use for residential, which is going to be important when we get an arcology. And again, we can't get rid of it once it's placed, and we don't have a choice on where to place it, so it might just appear somewhere super inconvenient. Which is undesirable. So tell you what, since we can't proceed until we answer this prompt, and since we can't save before answering it, actually wait, let's checking, can we? No, we can't. Oof, that's annoying. Alright, so since we can't interact with this game other than through this prompt at the moment, and since additionally I have to take care of something here briefly, what I'm going to do is BRB and then come back and after I've had a few moments to think about it and sort of decide what to do. So, I will see you in a few moments. And we're back. So I have discovered something a little bit concerning to me, and that is that apparently my chat relay does not work. So I've been monitoring my chat through the Restream bot, which is supposed to put it right around here on the stream. And it worked yesterday, or at the very least it worked last week, and now it does not work. So I'm not sure quite what's going on, but now I need to monitor the chat a different way than normal. And I apologize, Jessian. I see that you've been pretty much chatting the entire evening. So I'm seeing Twitchton Quake Memorial Stream, Memorial Stadium, excuse me, which I will be putting up a signpost for that because that's a great idea. And we've got the vote. Oh, you actually see. So is it showing up on, like, on the actual stream, or is it just showing up? Oh, weird. Yeah, no, I do see it. Okay, that's... I'm so confused. What is going on? Why is my actual chat monitor the only part of this that doesn't work? Okay. Guess I'll try and figure that out later. Okay then. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about, but at least I can still see part of the chat. Yeah, I guess it's monitoring. Yeah, I think what's happening is it's monitoring the chat channels differently in one place than in the other, and it's supposed to monitor it the same place everywhere, or the same way everywhere, but it's just decided to not do that. But that's okay. I can monitor it a different way. It's a little bit less convenient for me, but it will be fine. So to the immediate question, nothing can go wrong granting land to the military. We beat it! We win! The good guys win. The military can't find a place. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, seriously. So, now what actually happened right there... Well, let's read this out first. The military is unable to find a suitable location for a base near your city. You have the... Or it could disappear without me pushing anything. That's cool, too. Grade schools. Seriously? Colleges? Sorry, I have just been terribly distracted by all of that. Okay, so let's pause that and kind of go over what just happened. So the military, if you allow the military to come in, they'll build one of a couple of different kinds of bases. I think there's like the army base, a navy base if you've got an ocean. What else? I think the other option you can get. I think you can get an air force base. I could be completely making that up. But one thing that I know you can get is a nuclear silo. Now that can cause serious population issues. The Sims that live in the city will, like, actually riot over that. So that's a super dangerous thing to have show up. You get these cool, like, unique, like, missile silo graphics that you don't get any other way. But that's pretty much the only advantage, other than just that they pay you money. And again, you cannot get rid of it. Now, allowing for a military base does give you one advantage, and that is like one directed gameplay advantage. and that is that you can deploy tanks, which, like, it's a little bit fascist, I'll be honest. Like, I know what I'll do in my peaceful little SimCity town is I'll just roll tanks in and quell the riots. It's terrifically violent and really alarming, but it is a thing that you can do. So, like, if you get the riot disaster or things like that, then you can get rid of it with tanks. Which, I mean, if that's your thing, then that's super neat. Yeah, fascism is fun in video games. Yeah, so it's a little bit like, I don't know, I don't love the idea of using a military base. When I'm playing just for myself, I always decline it. But so the reason that it didn't work here is that it needs a certain amount of unobstructed flat space. So I thought it might place it here, which would have really sucked because that's like the one place left that we can expand without serious terraforming. But we lucked out and it decided that this was not adequate. I think it's like 15 tiles to a side. It's just this giant block of stuff. The graphics for the buildings that appear there are unique to those areas, so you can't really get those buildings any other way. Which I think that's neat. I think it's a good consolation for all the problems you have to put up with having the military in your town. So I think things are basically sorted out. Why is this all abandoned? We've got plenty of residential demand. Why does no one want to be over here? Is there a problem with the land values? Nope, land values are sky high in that area. But why nobody wants to live there? Weird. Huh. Is it a water problem or a power problem? Power's fine. Oh. Oh, that's not great. Oh, there's just one random underwater tile. Okay. Oh, that's because nothing's built there. Alright, so it looks like what we're going to want to do is just build water pumps all over the place over here and just use that as our next stopgap to fill in all of our water needs. No, not pipes. Pumps. It's probably foolish to do it this way instead of to fill in the other areas that we were working on before. Yeah, these are operating without power. Let's not question it. Okay, and then power that way. And hopefully we won't also run out of power, because that would really suck. Ah, boop. Let's see, where's the power lines? Let's just run it along this for now. Can't quite fill it all the way back into where I want it, but that's okay. This should still start contributing to the water grid. So he wants 90% even after the new one. I can lower this, stop wasting so much money, please. Okay, so 75 looks like the floor on this right now. That's adequate. And this is just gonna keep draining out the coppers, I'm sure. Yay! I got a parade! Ah, looks like we've got some new viewers. Welcome, welcome. And I think I accidentally left the speed up for a second there. Where do we want the road to go? I think we want the roads to go to the budget window. Great. We want the road to go 3 tiles away from that hillside. So here. And then I kind of semi-planned for this. Alright, we got a nice long road that goes all the way over there. All 3 indicators are way up, which is a good thing. Sort of. Means we've got some work to do. So that's where we want that for maximum coverage there. That's the last tile where this road alone is enough. And then we need something to come in here, I guess. So we'll do this. And that'll cover that whole middle bit. Now I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to flip the view around. That's the first point at which we have to start caring about that cross street. So let's wipe down this corner here. A little more. There we go. It's a little bumpy, but that's okay. It's a nice little boulevard we've got going over here. Yes, thank you. Oh! It's like our dog did some of the sound effects for this. Pretty sure. Yeah, so this weird, like, slow power update thing that seems to happen, the best that I can tell is that this occurs when the city reaches a certain size, and it starts like culling down the number of updates that it does on certain systems. I don't know if that's the case, but it definitely seems to correlate to city size. Alright, well, now we've got plenty of money to get this all developed. So let's... What was that? What was that giant explosion? Why is there a plane cutting a hole in the universe? What is happening here? Why is this plane tearing a hole in reality? What is going on? Okay, so zooming in and out fixed it. That was very weird. Right. So See if there's any rubble in places it shouldn't be, i.e. anywhere. Let's see. No rubble, just a random explosion. Okay. Okay. Oh, there is a little bit of rubble, but that's because I didn't clean that up after the fire that started over here during an earthquake. Oof. It's been a rough couple of decades here. Okay, what else was I going to do? Oh yes, I was going to put up a sign for the Tarantulas Stadium. Well, looks like it's only going to fit that much, so let's go. Quake Memorial Stadium. That's what I was going to do, is remember that I was going to do that. Yes, that sounds not at all insane. I'm kind of wondering about the prospect of bulldozing some of this and some of this to make more room. I think we'll fill in this lower area first. And then one of the next major things to do is going to be to clear out all of that top stuff. Because there's not that much space left to expand into, otherwise. We don't need any more roads. Well, actually we do need, we want a bus depot. Put it over here in an inconspicuous spot that would otherwise be difficult to build in. Because that's how you do it. It's just what you do. And then we zone dense residential all hacking over the place. We do want some commerce going on in here.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
So a nice long block of that. Another nice long block of that. And then we'll fill in the rest of this with more residential. Same deal over here. It's right here. Not as far as I know. It doesn't seem to report anything but traffic. Which is a shame, because as a SimCopter tie-in, you'd think that they would have gone way out of their way to make sure that it reported just everything. I suspect it was a development cost issue, because, like, SimCopter was supposed to be a really big deal at the time. It's like a big tie-in product for this kind of flagship thing that SimCity 2000 was for Maxis. And well deserved as well, because I mean this is a fantastic game, and the way that they integrated it with their other titles coming out at the time was really clever, actually. So like, SimCopter and SimCity, Streets of SimCity were both just like they would take a map as a save file and parse that into a local map. So they use the same save data structure. Excuse me. Oh goodness. Oh boy. Let's just save that. Oh. Got some serious audio emulation lag. Yikes. Oof. I'll be honest, it doesn't sound great. I apologize for all that crackling. Wow. Well, it seems a little more stable now that it's not trying to do sound. Let's shear off another mountain, shall we? $5. I only got through that much of it. Okay. Oh, grade school funding. Wait. No, grade school funding. Yeah, we need more. We need more elementary schools. Probably another college too. Both of these get more money. And somehow we already need another fire station. Probably more police too, but I don't really care so much about that. Kind of just decided to live with the crime problem. Oh man, that lag is so bad. That emulation, the audio emulation. Eeks. So vaporwave remixes, yeah. It's so weird how like if the level terrain tool like runs out of money halfway through an operation, it just sort of stops and you get these like holes in the world. It's very odd. I understand why it's like that, but it's very strange. Yep, time for another fire department. Fire station. I can talk so good. Don't you know? Oof. Okay. So that's enough of that not natural contour that we've retained. I think we can start developing here and be relatively comfortable. Run the road all the way across. Probably not an efficient road setup, but that's okay. I'll live with it. Okay, so there's areas that we're not going to worry about right now, but that we will at some point need to cover. That's commerce now. Because why the heck not? And we're going to run these power lines pretty much everywhere that we're going to have stuff built. And we're going to include at least some kind of redundancy for it, so that when inevitably another disaster strikes, we won't be quite as much up the creek. I'm very tempted to turn disasters off after the kind of day that we've had here in Twitchton. But I don't feel like that's in the spirit of this game, and I also don't think that that's in the spirit of streaming. After all, what's the point of a live stream if the streamer doesn't suffer horribly? That's all going to be residential. We'll have some industrial right next to it. All along there, we'll need $840 to fill that in fully, which we have now. Grade schools, we need more funding for hospitals. And yeah, there just isn't anything to do about that except build more. We gotta figure out where. Probably somewhere, like up here, maybe. We may actually want to put it this area somewhere, just since they're not dependent on what they're next to, so like they don't have to be served by a road or anything like that. That's gonna need a bus stop. Toot toot. Toot toot. Bus. Alright. Yep, industry. Along there. Police here. Fire station here. It's gonna be a little bit weird to get the roads to line up over here, but that's okay. I'm kind of wondering if we should raise some of this land actually, instead of lowering it, because normally I would just lower this all down, but I'm thinking we might want to raise it 2 layers, since it's just this one little dip. Vroom vroom. Let's check the fire department's funding real quick. Okay. So having a second fire department over here bought us essentially one, like a 110% discount. Alright. Okay, so there's that area sorted out, at least for now. I'm also thinking I probably want to level this off, at least over to about here, for similar reasons. It just doesn't make sense to leave it how it is. Wait on that for now, but we'll give it a look-see in a moment. And that needs power, because I'm a little bit slow sometimes. And please, everyone, as always, remember to zzz. Looks like another viewer has joined us. Welcome, welcome. almost finally time to connect to this road that we built on, I think, day 2. Okay, what is going on with these airlines that are just tearing holes in reality behind them wherever they go? I'm not okay with this. Gosh. Okay. That's terrifying. Could do with another name for this little valley here. I feel like it should have some kind of name of its own. Not sure what I'd call it though. Oh, grade schools. Right. Wow. So we can probably afford to increase the commercial tax rate a bit, since demand is consistently up there. Same with industrial. Napa Valley. Spelling is, of course, terribly important. Houston is constructing a launch arcology. Launch arcos are super weird. They're really cool buildings, and if you get enough of them, which is actually quite a lot, as in you have to mostly cover the map with them, and get enough population in your city all at the same time, they will fly into space. It's weird. It's very, very weird. And they don't actually really fly. They just sort of self-destruct, and then the game tells you that they're gone. It's odd. Oh, I don't want to touch any of this. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, and that's now room for a school. Probably another couple of civic buildings could go up there as well. What do we even need? We need... I mean, kind of more of everything. There just isn't really a spot up there that makes sense to put any of that, because we've got the police station right there, and that's the only thing that really seems actively lacking. Well, back to leveling a mountain. Colleges. More money for colleges, less money for elementary schools. Okay, so that's actually pretty close to our capacity. Right. Wow. Yeah, so we just need more educational buildings, period. Let's take a bite out of a mountain. Let's get our signpost up here. Napa Valley. Carefully distinguished from the other Napa Valley. Oh look, it's a theater playing Simant. Alright, fast forward a little bit. Yeah, this valley is named after the great Saiyan warrior. Alrighty. Back over to my good friend, the level terrain tool. Also, the drain the budget tool. So our services are at least sort of leveled out at the moment. Holes in the world, little invalid tiles. Oh, I saw hurricane warning flash on the screen just for a second. His name was Valley. Oh gosh, that's good. $7%. Anybody want to pay $700 a month for no reason at all? The year is 2150. Yeah, I think we can basically auto-budget for a little while. Yay! A spontaneous parade in my honor. Thank you so much, Twitchton. Thank you. If only the viewers loved me. I don't like using auto budget because I feel like stuff just sort of slips past me that way. And when stuff slips past me, I tend to find myself in a horrific debt or like with some kind of serious underlying problem that I have no idea how to solve. And I don't want to find myself in that position because that sort of sucks. Basically comes down to losing the city. You know, I take back what I said. I'm gonna raise this. Raise this one more layer. It's kind of stupid to have this giant plateau and not put that on it. Everything's okay there. We're actually making pretty good money. Oh no! Why? I didn't do anything to those buildings. Why did they explode? That's not too bad for now. We'll probably come back over to this, figure out what we want to do up here later. But for right now, let's start developing this area that we've cleared out. School here. College here. I'm just gonna have this really stupid cluster of like civic buildings. It's gonna be dumb, and the citizens are gonna love it. We can probably save some money on the education budget this way. Yeah, so the college budget can go probably quite a bit further down, actually. So grade schools currently need 80% funding. Colleges currently need 50% funding. This can probably come down a bit as well. No, I can't actually, because I didn't build a hospital, because I'm an idiot. That's why. Ooh, excuse me. The police department is, as always, sucking up all the money that I put into it, and not really giving me that much in return. No shock there. We've already got a library over here, or a museum over here. Maybe we want another library. Let's plant that. Right there's a nice little spot. All this civic improvement going on up here. That right there to make it easier to cram other stuff in over here. And now let's cut the health and welfare budget and see how far we can go before they start complaining. Nice. I'm actually kind of getting concerned about our power. Maybe we want to zone all this out and then see what actually starts happening. So if we suddenly start having problems with Harpersville 9, right along the beachfront. I feel like we should put something nice down here, but I don't really know what. Probably a couple of marinas, maybe. Not gonna worry too much about that just yet. Dense commercial block. And some road. Let's just run these nice and straight for now. And then we want to connect a road. Probably here is going to be most efficient. Maybe. More adequately funded grade schools. Adequate fire response. Excellent fire coverage. So let's see, we were looking at this spot. Just not sure where to actually expand into. We should probably use this space for like a water tower. Not a pump. Water tower, that's the one. Maybe two. And we can like put a 3-tile building here later. Maybe. I'm not sure which one. Big park. Yeah. I don't think we actually ever built a big park. So now we have one. We have a big park. De plateau. Hon, hon, hon. Water all the way to the map's edge. Of course, we still have to zone all of this for residential and get all that hooked up to power and water, but I don't feel like doing it right now. It's not telling me that I need a power plant, so I guess I'm gonna assume I don't need a power plant yet. That'll be fine, I'm sure. That'll cover the whole thing. Oh, there is now suddenly a thing there. Sometimes construction sites popping up seriously confuses me. Like that. Exactly like what just happened. So what we're doing right now is just hooking all this crap up to power. It's already hooked up to water. So as soon as we build in it, then the entire area will start to just sort of spring to life.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
We'll zone light over here because I feel like making this area nicer. Or differently nice, I suppose. Whole area can suddenly start growing all at once as soon as it remembers to update. Just do that for redundancy so that disasters don't take out my power grid again. So there's 42 tiles worth of park in the Sim Park system. Looks like commercial is still in demand, but let's let that actually build up for a minute first. And that should adjust the RCIs. In the meantime, we'll build up a bit of money. A little bit more flexibility about what to build. Okay. So before we need it, let's put a bus depot down right over here. Here. There you go. And then probably another one here. So I think both of those spots are going to be trouble areas later. And I guess let's zone more commercial, because that's what they want. Gotta give the people what they want. It's just how it is. A little bit of like this space intentionally left blank going on over here because I'm going to run a road up this way later. I need to figure out exactly how much of this to bulldoze first. A bit more road run out here. Probably don't need to run roads through the middle of this, but I feel like I might want to anyway, just in case. Something like that. Suppose I deserve that. Build a road and then instantly demolish it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the spot where the new road goes. And I'll worry about filling that gap in later. For now, we want to get these blocks worked on. Still a little bit of demand for industrial, so we'll put that there. And we will, I guess, just shove commercial all over the place in here. So that's what they want. What the people want is what the people shall get, one way or another, because I am beholden to the whims of the simulated citizens. I think that should just about do it. Now let's pipe it all up, and then everything in here will have water. As it ought. Yeah, too many roads. Complain, complain. Water system in place. Good, good. Let's give it another block of residential. So it looks like that's going to be in demand soon, even though it isn't quite yet. Okay, so the commercial demand is just about met. Alrighty. Oh, come on now. Tornado? Really? Oh, and it's gonna go all the way to the end of the map, isn't it? Oh no. Right through Napa Valley. Or not. Twister rearranges vegetable. Okay. What do you expect? He's probably got stress. You know, Theodore Xavier, I think you've got a point. I think we got off really easy on that one. Holy crap. Yeah, let's build this out a little ways. Yeah, that's perfect, and that'll just run right down there. Okay. Okay. And this is going to need some kind of adjustment as well in order for that connection to still work. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, perfect. Alright. And we're actually kind of rolling in money right now, which is a little weird and confusing for me. I'm much more accustomed to being constantly broke in this game. But you know what? I will take it. Okay. So this is actually going to be reserved for service buildings. To increase the coverage of those 3 city services. We'll probably also want to look at putting a school down here somewhere. Maybe hereabouts. Something like. I don't think we have to worry about that quite yet. Not so much, at least. %, so we can upgrade that 3 more times. And that's gotten us a little bit of leeway dealing with medical expenses as well. That block's going to meet the current residential demand. We'll overbuild industrial a little bit, just so that it's there for later. Not because we expect to use it straight away. And same deal with commercial, we'll put that over here. Oops, there, and then there for the time being. And then we'll flatten this out and expand into this a little bit more. Actually, we'll do that right now, because we have the money. Wow. I am astounded at both how quickly this is going, and how quickly it's draining us out. Alright, well, that worked out pretty well. And you know what, let's do, well, we've still got easy access to this down here. Let's just plop down a marina. Or 2. Full disclosure, the plan is to actually do that again, but more. I'm gonna have a bunch of marinas down there just to make the citizens happy. Alright, so that's gonna have to be sufficient for now, I think. So we want college funding, good. done proper.
Guys, I had this great idea. Let's raise taxes to increase total funds.
How about no? How about not right now? And pipes. Raise taxes? Raise taxes? Raise the roof. Don't raise taxes, raise the roof. Power plant needed. Oh boy. Okay. Back to Lightning Ridge. To flood it with water. Fairly certain. Oh, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't build up past that point because I'm trying to run a road over there later. It's a bad idea. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little bit of terrain leveling up here while I'm thinking about it, just so that I can be sure that I have the space later. Okay, that'll be fine. Now I can stop going overboard because I know where board is. Power plant, hydroelectric. And next year we should have enough money to fill it all out, I think. Probably, maybe. So, you know, I've actually tried playing this strictly on the advice of the advisors. They don't give very good advice sometimes. Which is weird, because they are literally the voice of the algorithm that runs this game world. You'd think they'd know what was going on a little bit better. That's more power. More power sorted out. And because I really don't want to accidentally demolish this later, I'm going to level this out. Same with this part of this area. I want to keep the memorial site up, if at all possible. And you know what I'm going to do is put a museum right there. Do we want to clear this out? Yes. So let's do that. Flatten that last little bit off as well. I see we seem to have gotten a new viewer. Hello, welcome. And just in time for the stream to be just about over. So I'm gonna finish clearing this out. And then we're going to check in with the project in Eau de Plateau. I'm sure that I will offend every Frenchman that hears me say that, if anyone ever does. Or for that matter, French speaker, native or not. The indicators are a little bit low. I wonder if it's... I wonder why, basically. Bus depot. Okay, bus depot here. Like a block away. Bus depot here, because the traffic here is terrible. At some point, we might even be able to invest in subways in 2168. It's a pretty considerable investment, because you just have to, like, the tracks are very expensive to run all the way across town. Alright, so the plan is we're going to flatten all this out, and then we're finally going to connect this road to everything else. Finally. And we're out of money. 2 years worth of tax revenue. It was nearly $10,000, and it's just gone. Hey, you know what I love when you do is complain about how many roads we have and how much money I'm giving you. Crazy road guy. Okay. Wait, water shortage. Again? Okay, well, to correct that, what we will do is build a crap load of water pumps. And pretend like it isn't a weird thing to do. $6,000. Doubt that's going to be enough to wipe this out. Not even close. Okay. So you know what we'll do then, actually, is set auto budget. And wait, we've got about 15 or 20,000. Okay. And that'll be plenty to clear this out and give us a good chunk of starting income for next time when we stream tomorrow. I don't want to damage the shape of the coastline. Holy crap, really? $20,000 wasn't enough to clear that. I thought it would be, I thought I'd have extra. Alright. Getting there, finally. That was a massive project in terms of the amount of money that it cost to make it happen. Right. Okay. Okay. Now we can run this road up here. Finally. After all this time. It's been 250 years, I think, since we put that road in originally. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Connect this road to this road. And that should be enough. Nope. One tile shy. Sure. You know what? Sure. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna question it. We'll just put some houses behind there or something. It'll be fine. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. That's true. That's what we're calling it. Oof. Water tower is depleted. That's kind of irritating. Kind of frustrating given how many water pumps we've built. Now they are of course more effective next to fresh water. But there isn't a ton of that we really have access to at this point. And that road will serve these 3 tiles, I think. Yes, sure, drive your shipping boat directly through the marina. No one will mind. That's not a crazy thing to do at all. How many J. Siricas are there? Good crap. Literally every boat has been named J. Sirica's First Light. Every single boat. Nice, nice. We're finally starting to connect all this up. Oh! Just basically at this point we're just dumping roads out into random places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next road goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this road goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That goes there. And that covers this and everything from here on in. There's going to be a few tiles here that aren't going to be covered, but we might want to just level some of this out and put a civic building there. But yeah, regardless, it looks like just about where we want to be for the night. So with that, we will save our game and fare thee well. I'll be streaming again tomorrow as usual, so come join us for more Twitchton on the Selfish stream, and have a lovely evening, everyone.